What's the point of this chase? To just bite our own tail. Wishing, wishing, wishing that something would change, that we could turn back the page and live like our favorite fairy tales. So a love so free in a world of our fantasies, flying on dragons through sky-high cities. These are childhood dreams, it's how we used to be, when we were kings and queens in our childhood dreams. Oh, 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 our childhood dreams. Feeling, I feel so lightweight when I think back to those days, but then we went our own ways. I'm thinking about what needs to change, that we could turn back the page and live like our favorite fairy tales. So a love so free in a world of our fantasies, digging up treasures and sailing across the sea. These are childhood dreams, it's how we used to be, when we were kings and queens in our childhood dreams. Oh, 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 our childhood dreams. Our childhood dreams, it's how we used to be, when we were kings and queens in our childhood dreams. Sitting at the same old workplace. What's the point of this chase? To just bite our own tail. Wishing that something would change, that we could turn back the page and live like our favorite fairy tales. So a love so free in a world of our fantasies, flying on dragons through sky-high cities. These are childhood dreams, it's how we used to be, when we were kings and queens in our childhood dreams. Oh, 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 our childhood dreams. Feeling, I feel so lightweight when I think back to those days, but then we went our own ways. I'm thinking about what needs to change, that we could turn back the page and live like our favorite fairy tales. So a love so free in a world of our fantasies, digging up treasures and sailing across the sea. These are childhood dreams, it's how we used to be, when we were kings and queens in our childhood dreams. Oh, 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 our childhood dreams. our childhood dream.
Okay, let's make sure all the stuff and things are working. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I think they are. I think we're good. Darth, Saba, hi, BBs. How you doing? All right, let me get some music going. Media player. No. My music. Dadgummit. I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit. Y'all tell me if it ends up being too loud. It doesn't look like it's picking it up. So let me see what I can do here. Still not picking it up. We are going to work on some Christmas stuff tonight, Miss Saba. That and possibly this seahorse. I need to get it painted. I've been debating on what colors to do. Let me try something else here. Hold on. Properties. For some reason, it is just not picking up the music at all. This is strange. I don't know why it won't pick it up. All right, let me try this. I don't know why it won't pick it up. 15 stream streak. Woohoo! I don't know why it's not wanting to pick up the music, guys. All right. It's not wanting to pick up the music. Desktop, anything. All right, let me try this. All right, hold on. I got an idea. Hold on. It's still not picking it up. This is strange. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing this. Can y'all hear the music at all? My mic is obviously picking it up, which is strange in and of itself. Alright, y'all let me know if that ends up being too loud. I think I got it somewhat picking up. But for some reason it's not picking up. I set up speakers for over here. It will not recognize these speakers. I don't know why. It's very strange. Very strange. Alright, darlings. Here we go. And I put my coat on because for whatever reason I'm freezing. I see a rotten mater, Darth. Actually, Darth, I'm getting a few things together to send a few of y'all. So, getting a few things together to send a few of y'all. Oh, and I don't know if y'all saw in Discord, but Lori was involved in a car wreck last night. So, keep her in your thoughts. She's okay. She is sore. She's not feeling real good because of it, which completely understandable, right? But just keep her in your thoughts, okay? Yeah, I am freezing, but this coat's also going to get in my way trying to get stuff done. So, alright. One of the things I'm considering working on tonight is this guy, okay? He needs painted, and I've been looking into actual natural colors of seahorses. There are so many of them. So, I'm kind of on the fence about what I want to paint him, you know. Can you guys hear me okay is the next question. I'm trying to keep the mic back away from me just a little bit. Because, you know, last time I kept hitting my head on it. So, now, I've also been working on painting up these jars for candles. We're going to pour, of course, since all my candle making setup is in the other room, I'll have to pour these off camera, but we need to go ahead and get the jars prepped and ready for that. So that's what I've been doing. You can't hear me? No! But in the process of painting those, we also need to decide what we're going to put on them. I printed out some things that we could use. Some reason my printer died halfway through printing this. No clue why. And then, of course, we've got these. But I've also got some stuff in here we can use. Or we could just go in and make some, like, festive dots and designs and stuff with the acrylic paint markers. So, toots in my direction. Please tell me it don't stink. Alright, let's see what all I've got in here that we could possibly use. Where is all the Christmas stuffs? There's fall. More fall. I've got so much fall stuff. Fairy stuff. Labels. Jars. Floral. Wine and coffee, the beach, birds, deer. Do I not have any Christmas stuff in this one? Wow. I am shocked. Okay. Uh-oh. Everything's falling out, y'all. Oh, it's going to stink real bad. No. We'll drown it out with the smell of paint. Paint fumes will work. All right. Yeah, let me put this one back over here because I've got ribbons all over my stand over here. Oh, mercy. All right, let's see if I've got any in this one. I should have. Let me move this keyboard because I'm scared I'm going to hit it and close stream out, and we don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Alright, yeah, we've got some Christmassy ones in here. These are the UV DTFs. Like I said, I'm going to use up a lot of the rest of what I've got of some of the other materials, and then switch over to using nothing but these because they are actually better for glass work. And they're going to hold up better. They're going to hold up longer. So we've got this one, which I've got 2 packs of these. That's what they look like. Christmas in the Coop. We've got these little gingerbread guys. And we've got these Christmas barn-like deals. I'm kind of leaning toward using some of these. So let's go ahead and keep these packs out. Put that up. Oh, and I got something to show you guys. Remember how we started the bits goal for the jar guests and the giveaway? Here's our jar. Oh. You guys can see there's already some in there. We're using little hearts to put in there this time. So every time somebody throws bits, there's going to be hearts going in here. I think I'm going to make it so that anytime somebody follows or subs or resubs, we also throw one in. And then once the bits goal is full, then I'm going to display the jar and everybody gets a chance to guess how many items are in it. And whoever gets closest wins the prize. This go around, it's going to be a t-shirt. So I may set that right there. All right, we're going to keep those out. Let's put these back in here. That's Halloween, Thanksgiving. All right, let me get my other binder and we're going to check it real fast. Let me see what we got in here. Oh, those will come in perfect for some of the wine glasses I'm working on over there. So, yeah, we can use those. All right, let me get my other binder. Let's see what we're working with out of it. Oh, these things don't want to slide very easily in this thing. All right, let me get the other one. All right, let's see what we got in this one. All right, books, stamps, homestead, weddings, St. Patrick's Day, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. All right, here we go. What do we got in this one? I don't think I have much in here right now, honestly. We've got these snow globes, actually, that might go good on this blue one I'm working on. I really need to restock on all this stuff. Well, let's keep those out. And then we've got the Country Primitive Christmas stuff. Let's see what we got in it. All right, we've got those. Got some of those. I think I'm actually going to use these maybe on the lids after we paint them. So let's keep those out. We've got those and we've got those. I don't really think I want to use those on these jars right now. So we're going to go ahead and put them back up. Let's see what we got in the gingerbread. Oh, I know what that is. That's just the gingerbread silhouettes. I usually only use those on snow globes. So I don't think we'll be using them this go around. See, that's all they are. Just the silhouettes. So, all right. So it looks like we're going to be using mainly the UV DTFs. And that's fine. It'll be the first time I've used them. So I'll be kind of learning as we go. I've been watching videos on the best ways to do them. Let's just hope I don't mess it up. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern? Who knows what that's from? Know what I mean, Vern? How many Gen Xers we got in here? Gen Xers would definitely catch that reference. Looks like the cat may have moved my camera a little bit. Let me... Slight adjustment there. There we go. I know of the know what I mean. You know? Really? That's awesome. So you know who Jim Varney is. That's awesome. Most of the time me and Grace say something like that and people are going, huh? Huh? Alright, let's go ahead and get another coat of blue on both of these. This is going to need another coat of red. I think... I don't know. Oh. A paintbrush bristle stuck in that one. I'm not sure, honestly, if this one really needs another coat or not. Let me hold it up under the light. No, I think this one's actually, well, no, there's some spots that need touched up. So, yeah, we're going to have to do them all. Let's go ahead and get started. And I got a Lazy Susan just for doing stuff like this so I can just turn it real easy. And I haven't gotten it set up yet. I need to get that done. Oh, and guys, that blanket I've been working on for my mama, I've almost got it done. I'm finishing up the border on it. I'll show it to you guys once I get it complete. Now, this is a paint I normally don't use. I only got it because it was on sale, and I thought, you know, while it's on sale, I'll get it and try it, see what I think of it. To be perfectly honest, I'm not thrilled with it. So, we're going to use it up, and then we're never buying it again. I still can't tell if it's actually picking up the music. Is it actually picking it up, guys? Oh, and I noticed when I opened OBS, it said that something didn't appear to be working right with my alerts. Hopefully, they are. Hopefully. Yeah, I say it every so often, and I'm a millennial. Oh, my. So it's just somewhat picking it up. Yeah, look at that. This paint is not real good at all. Let me try something real quick. Is that better? That maybe help it a little bit. Yeah, the paint I usually use for this stuff, I do not have this hard a time with it. This is, I don't know, that may be why it was on sale. It's almost like it's thick, like it's old. And I think what we may actually do, guys, though, is I think I may get this one done. And then I'm going to, in Discord, put a list of possible scents for the candle that's going to go on this one. And you guys vote on it. Whichever scent you vote on, that's the one I'll pour. And then I think we're going to actually use this one as a giveaway. I know some of y'all like candles, so. You used to watch Pee-wee's Playhouse? Oh! Well then, alright. Darth, if you used to watch Pee-wee, then you know who E.G. Daily is. And that, I don't know if you've ever heard me talk about her or not, but she's been one of my favorite actresses and singers since I was little. I adore this woman. And, her song, one she put out, 89, I believe, Mind Over Matter, is part of where I got one of the titles for one of my books. And I reached out to her and the songwriter, Michael J., and asked them if it was okay to use Mind Over Matter to promote the books, stuff like that. Both of them were fine with it, but the record label said no. And then they said, okay, well, since E.G. and Michael said you can, but you've got to pay us $500 per use. So they wouldn't let me use the song in anything like that. And I was like, wow. So at one point, E.G., when she found out what they said to me, she was like, oh, I do watch Twitch and stuff. She said, so if you ever do TwitchCon, set up a booth and I'll come and perform it live. And let's just see what the record label has to say about that. She is incredible. Oh, it's on Prime now? I didn't know that. You know, E.G. played Dottie, Pee-wee's love interest. Like I said, E.G. is an incredible woman. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, this, to be honest, I may end up boiling this to remove this paint and do something else with this jar, because look at that. It should not be doing that. Yeah, I'm not thrilled with that at all. Matter of fact, let me see something. How hard is it going to be to get this off? It shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, so we're not finishing this with that. Look at that. It's a pretty blue, Lori, and hi, Miss Lori, darling, but the paint itself, I was telling everybody I bought it while it was on sale. It's a paint I've never used, and I thought, well, I'll try it since it's on sale. And now I'm seeing why it was on sale. It's doing semi-okay on this plastic, but on the glass, no. The paint I normally use on glass does not do this. So I'm going to end up washing this one and redoing it with something else. I love the color, though. I do. I absolutely love the color. Let's just set this one over there since it's going to end up going bye-bye. Oh, God. We still haven't unloaded my chair that I actually use for this stuff off the trailer. So I'm still struggling here, y'all. Yeah, it's doing, like I said, semi-okay on this. But it's not doing worth a crap on that glass. All right. Yeah, Lori, I told everybody earlier, it's almost like it's old because it's really thick. So this paint will never be bought or used again. I'm not impressed. How are you feeling, Miss Lori? And the bad part about it is, guys, when I bought this, they had other colors on sale too, and I bought those too. Still sore. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. You probably will be for several days. You did say they gave you something to help with the pain, though, right? Or did they just tell you to take ibuprofen? And guys, I'm conflicted on the gaming stream to do tonight. I want to play some more 7 Days, but I really need to get the PP Craft server world done, so that's probably what I'll end up doing. Yeah, it's not really working. Even the multiple actors aren't working, so I'm thinking it's... Oh, yeah, you could have bruised them. And once you bruise them, there ain't much that's going to help take away that hurt. It just... They've got to heal. Like I said, I hope they hang his butt out to dry. I know that's not very nice like of me, but that's what I hope. Yeah, this stuff, I don't know. I'm about to get frustrated and start throwing stuff. So it's probably going to be a good idea if we put this blue away for tonight. Because I will get aggravated with paint quick. Had a hot male nurse that had to help me pee in a bed. Oh, God, I always hated stuff like that. It's like, no. That's understandable. That's kind of like our situation with the stuff in Tennessee. We're not supposed to talk about it a whole lot. Even though I want to get online and tell everybody. Now, guys, one thing I thought about doing with the lids for these two. What'd I do with them? All right, here we go. All right, I thought about painting the one that goes with the red one green, and then putting like a red peppermint on it, and then painting the one that's supposed to go with the green one red and putting a green peppermint on it. What do y'all think? Oh, and I need to be writing stuff down about these. And I'm not sure what to name them once I do get them done. You know what I mean? I've lost my pen. 1 second. Needed to grab my phone anyway, because we're going to take a look at some of these different colors for the seahorse and try to decide which direction to go with that too. All right. Actually, I'll probably just write these down later because these won't be that hard to remember. All right. Let's go ahead and get the red. I thought I had one of my paper towels up here. And I may do, there was a couple of candles I did a few years ago that everybody really loved, where I did them in the jars, but what I did was, instead of painting the jars, I wrapped Christmas burlap around them, hot glued it to it, and then just painted the lids. We may do something like that too. Yeah, definitely got to get all that blue out of the brush. I thought I bought another one just like this, but I haven't been able to find it. There's no telling what I did with it. I need to invest in some new brushes. I mean, for God's sake, look at that. This brush is probably 10, 15 years old. I definitely need to invest in some new ones. That could actually be affecting the way the paint's going on too. Because this brush is very old, it's worn out. But at least with this paint, it dries smooth for the most part. That blue just, it wasn't doing it. Like I said, it was so thick. I think it was old, and I think that's why it was on sale. Oh, and guys, I'm fixing to partner up with my brother who owns Designs for Signatures um, for some special products on that end too. Y'all will see what they are soon. But just because that blue isn't working, we're still going to do that with one of these jars. As a matter of fact, I think what we'll do, I'll pick a color to paint the jar, right? And then I will provide y'all with different designs and scent ideas. And we'll run a poll in Discord to see which one everybody prefers. And then we'll go that direction. And once I get it done, we'll use it for a giveaway. I do wish I had had time to get that Lazy Susan set up before tonight, though. Alright. Let's set that over there to dry. And let's go ahead and paint one of the lids. I don't know, maybe I should do... Welcome back, Saba, darling. Maybe I should do what I was talking about. Make the ring for this one red and the inside green. No, we're going to do it solid. We're going to do it solid. So, let's go ahead and start getting some red paint slapped on this little booger. Now, it'll take several coats on these metal lids, but it'll turn out pretty once it's done. Set it right there. I'm going to do the tops first, and then we'll do the edges of the lid. Hopefully tomorrow I'll get a chance to pour the candles in these, and then I'll show them to you guys the next Chat and Craft stream. A lot of it's just going to depend on how everything goes tomorrow. We've got too many things going on at once and not enough of me to go around, plus Gray being sick. Starting to wonder if he's got that norovirus that's going around, which scares the crap out of me because I do not want it. I keep telling him not to breathe on me. I don't know, so, but see, what I was thinking about doing, we got a red jar, and I think I'm going to do the lid for it in this green, and then do the lid for the green one in that red. And then we're going to put, where'd they go? These and these on the top and seal them real good. Oh, I ran that right across that. And we've also still got to figure out what we're going to do about this, whatchamacallit, seahorse. Because I got to figure out what colors I want to paint him. Matter of fact, let that sit for a minute. Let's go up and go on and pull up. I had pulled up some pictures last night and was looking at them because I kept debating on what I wanted to, how I wanted to paint him. Here we go. Can you guys see that? Seahorses come in so many colors. No biggie, Saba. I only have it on there because I have a bad habit of butt dialing people. I do. I have a bad habit of butt dialing people. And I accidentally, I used to never keep it on, right? And one night, me and Gray were out with some friends, and we had a little too much to drink. And I accidentally butt dialed my mama, and she heard things I never wanted my mama to hear. So ever since then, I keep a password. But look at this. These are all the different colors. Let me get it a little closer. That seahorses can come in. I really kind of like this one, but the way his colors fade in and out, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to pull that off. I think I might be able to pull this little green guy off, though. The purple is cute. It is. It really is. I'm going to have to do a lot of practice to pull that shading off, because look at that. He's got like bits of lavender flowing into the purple. I think I might could pull this guy off easier. Now, the last woman I sold one of these to, she put in a custom order. And she wanted hers blue and brown. So I went over him all with blue, and then I went back over some of his exoskeleton with some of the brown, and painted this part like a stone, and she loved it, but I wasn't thrilled with it. To me, it just, I don't know, it didn't look natural. So, but I mean, looking at all the different colors they come in. Now, this one nobody's ordered yet. It's one I just decided to go ahead and cast. And I've been letting it cure for quite a while, so it's ready to go. One of the things I do need to go ahead and do, though, is sand down a couple of spots on it, and then we need to coat it with some linseed. Again, the linseed actually helps it last longer outdoors. And whenever I make any of these and sell them, I always want to make them to where they last the people many years. Now, some of the things I'm thinking about partnering with my brother on. Let me see. I've got one of them around here. Hold on. All right. This is one of the things my brother does. Customized keychains. He can also make, if I give him the designs and what I'm thinking of, he can make like little statues, little figurines that are paintable. So I'm thinking of having him make some dinos, some zombies, different stuff like that. And we're going to kind of partner together on these. He'll make them, I'll paint them, all that good stuff. He also makes some really nice lampshades. Some really nice ones. But he hasn't made any of those in a while. I think I'm going to get him to start doing those again, too. Alright, green paint. Here we go. See, that's another thing, Lori. I've got the molds in my basement workshop to make chess and checkerboards, and I've got the molds to make like regular chess pieces and stuff. But I thought about getting him. It's funny you said that, because I actually ran this by him the other night. Me make the boards, and him make custom pieces. Dinos, zombies, different stuff like that. So that's something we're toying around with too. Oh, sorry guys. I didn't mean to hit the desk and shake it. I definitely either got to figure out a different desk or a different chair. I'm thinking a different desk, which I wanted to bring one of my tables out of my basement workshop up here and just set it up, but it's really too big for this space, so I don't know. Hey, Saba. Darling. My brother does custom ones. He sure does. He does custom ones. Just for the people like you that don't have a common name. He's done a lot of them. Right now, he's doing everything on Etsy. I'm actually in the process of building him a website right now. So, give me about another week. I'm going to try to have his website done. He's not real good at building websites. He gets frustrated with that stuff. So, I told him I would do it. And I actually stayed up till 5 o'clock in the morning the other night working on his new website for him. And he wasn't real good at designing logos and stuff. I mean, he could be. It's just, it's something he never was interested in. So I designed him a new logo, started the new website. I've just got to get it all finished. Woo! Don't fall over. But see, he's also working a regular job while doing all this. And here recently, they went on 12-hour shifts now. So he's struggling to keep up with everything. And he's thought about selling out all of his equipment and just stopping. But he really doesn't want to because he really enjoys doing the stuff. But I told him, I said, you know, because when he first thought about it, he asked me, he said, do you want my printers? Do you want my equipment? And at first I said no, but then the more I thought about it, I was like, well, yeah. So if he does that, I'm going to buy all his equipment and I'm going to start doing it. So. Oh, my paint was not behaving well earlier, Saba. That blue one I was working on, that paint was crap, girl. That paint was crap. I will never buy it again. Saba, I don't know if you heard what I told everybody earlier. On one of these chatting crafts, I'm going to pick a color. And I'm going to paint a jar for a candle. And then get you guys to help me pick out what designs will go on it and what scent the candle will be. And after I get it all done, we're going to do a giveaway on it. Socks, I hear you over there. She's over there trying to get into stuff. And speaking of scents, I need to order some more. I'm about out of some of my more popular ones. And see, Saba, this paint, when it dries, it'll dry smooth. That other stuff wouldn't do it. It looked like crap. So I'm going to boil that jar to get all of that paint off of it and then do something different on it. It's my time to shine. My culture is all about designs. Awesome. Great. I love it. I want to do stuff like that every now and then. I think it's fun to get y'all involved. And then one of y'all, you know, one of our actual members of our community end up with it. I love that idea. These right here, though, are actually to go in my farm stand. Speaking of farm stuff, y'all, some of my hens have lost their damn minds, excuse my language. For some reason, they decided to turn on my best egg layer. Her name is Nugget. Beautiful little girl. And they tried to kill her the other night while they were in the coop. And, you know, it was nighttime. They were in the coop. We were asleep. I didn't hear it. And the next morning when I went out there to let them out, she was just covered in blood. They had ripped a big hole in her back end. They had ripped all the feathers out of her back end. I don't know why. They've lived together their whole lives and then just suddenly turned on her. So she's in the other room right now. She's going to live inside until I get her her own personal coop put up. And she's not going to have to deal with those heifers again. Yes, a chicken named Nugget. Yep. And yes, we named her that way on purpose. Honey, we've got one named Colonel, KFC, and we've got another one named Popeye's Chicken. Nugget was my doing, but Colonel and Popeyes, that was all gray. That was all gray. And then, of course, Little Bug named a few of them, and y'all know she loves dinosaurs, right? So she named one Rex, one Dodo. I mean, well, technically she named him T-Rex, but I just call him Rex for short. All right, let's try to get this set over here. And I think what we're going to do is go ahead and try to find a lighter green to put on this boy while those dry. We need to do the linseed oil first, though. Like I said, linseed just helps seal these a little extra and helps protect them from the weather. There are a couple of spots on him I probably need to sand down just a bit. But I did notice I changed my my concrete mix formula. And I have noticed that this doesn't sand down quite as well as the others, which in a way is a good thing because that means it's harder. So it's going to endure more. But the biggest thing is I just don't want any real sharp edges for anybody to get hurt on. Let's see, do I actually have one of my blocks instead of just paper? Oh, and we need to work on these at some point too. These are wooden Christmas tree ornaments. I've got some ideas of some things I want to do with them. Actually, some of these UV DTFs I bought to go on here. We've got those. Where'd I put those other ones? What is this? Oh yeah, that's Christmas stencils I bought. We could make use of those. I forgot about those actually. Of course, then we've got Thanksgiving and Halloween ones. Look here, guys. Stuff Little Bug colored for me at school, and she stuck it in my drawer. I miss my baby. Oh. And this. Oh, shite! Darth, you little turd. Good Lord. She did this on a little canvas, miniature canvas for me too. It's supposed to be me and her. I keep in mind she was 5 when she did this, so... Y'all, it looks like I'm out of sand blocks. So, that's something I'm going to need to pick up. Go ahead and get these out because we may end up using those. Those are more for resin, though. So, probably try to keep those off of like any kind of glass or concrete. I do have these, though, that will be perfect for the glass or the concrete. So, let me move that and move that. Now, the reason we're going to need this when we do the UVDTFs is this will help smooth it out and get any air bubbles out of it. See, it's just very simple little tool, but comes in very handy. And then, like I said, we've got to figure out what all we're going to do on these. Okay. Let me smooth out his bottom just a little bit more. I'm going to try to do this over the garbage can, just so I don't have dust going all over where I'm going to be painting too. I really need to get some more blocks. Blocks are better for using on concrete than the paper. This concrete chews through the paper like it's nothing. All right, let's see how he sits. He still got a little wobble to him. I don't like that. But sometimes you can't help it. I got Mandy real good with that scare. Yes, you did, you little turd. I still love you, though. Oh, yeah. GG. GG scaring me to death. All right, let's go ahead. That's better. Let's go ahead and get him soaked in some linseed. This one will work nicely. Where is... There it is. I was going to say, where's my paint can opener? Now, linseed, like I said, I always coat any kind of plaster I work with in the linseed, but I also do it with concrete just because, like I said, it does seal it up against the weather a little bit better. Helps it last much longer. And my theory is if somebody's going to pay good money for these, it needs to last a long time. In other words, I want to give somebody something that's quality, pretty much. Because I know I hate when I get something and within, a year or less, it's not worth having. I got to thinking about something the other day, guys. A lot of times this time of year, which we haven't done it yet this year. We haven't really done any Christmas decorating yet this year. Just because of everything we've had going on. But a lot of times me and Gray like to put up an outdoor tree and decorate it. But, you know, then you got to worry about what the weathers and the elements are going to do to the ornaments. I almost thought about making some little miniature concrete ornaments that people could use outside that would hold up for years. I don't know. What do y'all think of that idea? I'm at least going to make me and Gray some anyway. Welcome back, Miss Lori, darling. Uh-oh. Hold on, guys. Nope. Somebody got it before I could. Lori, thank you, sweetheart. I just looked up and saw it. Lori, have you been able to eat okay since the accident? Did they say if you got a concussion? A concussion will do that a lot of times. That's part of why I was asking, because the last car wreck I was in, it took 4 or 5 days before I could eat without feeling like I was going to get sick. Yep, Lori, you missed a good jump scare. Darth got me, but good. Alright, let's turn him around. He's going to leave a little bit of a mess on my work area, but that's okay. It's a work area. That's what it's for, is messes. Ah, yeah, you jumping, that would have made everything sore. We're just going to give him a good coat of this, set him to the side, and let him dry. Once that linseed is soaked in real good and dried, then it'll be safe to paint. And then after it's painted, go over it with a good outdoor sealer. And this statue should last many, 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 many years. Oh, Darth, that's sweet. Alright, little dude. Let him sit there dry real good, and then we will coat the bottom of him with the linseed real good. Actually, I may move him over there so he's not in the way. Yeah, but Darth can be gentle when he knows it's needed. Guys, I'm going to have to get some water real quick because I brought paint rinse water but forgot rinse water for the linseed. So, let me go grab that. I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. Set that over there. Dude, let's set you over here. There we go. Got the linseed closed. Alright. Let's see how dry those jars are. And where's my drink? Did I not have it over here with me, y'all? I don't think I did. Nope, I left it over at the other desk. We're gonna set it right up here. Get that linseed oil up. Just make sure it don't get all over everything else. All right. It's still a little tacky and wet, so we're going to leave that alone for now. Those lids are definitely still wet. They will take a while to dry. So, I'm debating on what I should do. I want to get these done. We may have to finish them on another stream. I've got other things I can work on. But to be honest, guys, I kind of want to go ahead and get to gaming. So I'm not sure what to do. Now, these guys. Alright, I had ideas with these. Let me open them and show them to you. Boy, they sealed these suckers up good. Wow. There we go. They want to make sure nobody got into these. Like I said, they're just blank wood rounds. And one of the things I thought about doing was maybe using some stain on them. And then either painting designs on them or possibly using some of the UV DTFs on them. These are too big. Let's open these up and see if they'll be too big on it too. Yeah, actually these guys will be way too big. The barns might possibly work. I really need to order some more and some in smaller sizes, but it's like everybody I see selling them, they want to make the really big ones. and I could probably print out some. It wouldn't really be UV DTFs, but it would work for this purpose. So we may end up doing that. Which means I'll have to get online and find some pretty designs. Let's check out these barns. Now these would fit. Oh yeah, that will fit pretty well perfect. Alright guys, if I end up going... Well, that looks like it'll be the only one that would fit. The rest of them... No, that'll fit too. Alright, so if I end up doing some with some of these guys... Should I stain these, like with a nice pretty wood stain, or should I paint them? And if I'm going to paint them, what colors? Y'all help me decide on these, because I'm going to end up trying to make several sets and really need a solid plan before I do too much on them. Scoot back. What do y'all think? Do we stain or do we paint? Potty break. Take your potty break, darling. Like I said, I'm not sure which the best route is going to be. And y'all have to excuse me for just a minute. I told y'all I'm trying to quit smoking and using the natural vape juice to do that. So, but if you'll notice, I haven't. It's been what? Almost an hour and 20 minutes. That's the first time I've had to hit it. So yay me. You know, there is another option we could do with this. Let me try something. So take this. Take this linseed oil. Thin it out real good. Sometimes this will actually end up looking better than a stain. Do both, few sets of each, depending on how many you want to do. That's a good idea. I kind of like that idea. All right, let's get that in there. And this brush, because it's a little bit stiff. That's kind of what I want. All right, let's move these guys out of the way so I don't end up getting this all over them. That brown is actually almost too dark though. Yeah, that's almost too dark. I've got an idea though. Let's keep rolling with it. I want, since we're using the barns on it, I want to make it look kind of rustic. Does that make sense? All right, let that soak in. And then I'll try what else I was going to try on it. And we've got these guys. Let's see what all we've got in here, actually. I ordered these 2-3 months ago. And I haven't even sat and looked at what all the designs are. So, let's get them out and see what we're working with here. We've got holly, cross, Christmas tree. Let's keep those to the side. Stocking, ornament. What is this one? Santa hat. That looks like some holly leaves and berries. Gingerbread man, deer, yes. Keep those to the side there. And actually, I'm going to kind of divide these into categories. It'd be easier for me to keep up with. So that's a plant type. That's straight up Christmas. That's a Christmas tree, so I was going to go with straight up Christmas. We've got the pine branch and pine cone. Okay, I had it upside down. I was sitting there going, what is that? Santa beard. I was going, huh? Alright, put that right there. Snowflakes. We're going to put those over here because they could just be winter. What do these look like to you guys? Do they almost look like fireworks? Can you guys see them good? Me. Oh, that seemed to have made it worse. Look like fireworks to you, Lori? Me too. We're going to sit those there. That definitely some sort of fireworks. That's a Christmas wreath. That's an elf face. Deer antlers. So let's put those right there. It looks like Santa Claus boots. Another Santa Claus boot. Snowflakes. Santa Claus hat. That looks like the Star of Bethlehem. I'm pretty sure that's what they were going for with that. What the heck is this? Anybody got any ideas on what that is? Am I holding it wrong? I can't make heads or tails of that. I'm getting hiccups though. We're gonna... I'm gonna set this to the side right over here until I can figure out what it is. Now that's a ribbon. They're probably going for a Christmas ribbon with that, but that could actually fit several things. So we're gonna set it over here. Candy canes and a star. Christmas present and a Santa hat. Deer antlers, and I can't tell if that's either snow or stars, but we'll put that over here. More holly. Another Christmas tree. Alright guys, this is another one of those I cannot figure out what it is. Have you guys got any clue? We'll set that over with that other one. Okay, we've got mittens here, and stuff like that could just be not necessarily Christmas, but it could be, you know, winter period. So we'll put that with the snowflakes. Another mitten. And we've got heart balloons. So we'll put that over there. Another ribbon that could be for all kinds of things. Snowman, I'm going to put it with the winter stuff instead of just the Christmas stuff because, I'm sorry, snowmen are for more than just Christmas. We got a Santa. He'll go with the Christmas. That's a little cabin in the snow. That can go with plain winter. That's another Christmas ornament. Deer. Now this gift, since it doesn't have any direct thing point toward Christmas, we could put it with just the general stuff. So what did I do with those? Oh, okay. They're over there. They're over there. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Put that right there. Definitely a candy cane. Another bow. More balloons. Balloons with diamonds and stars. Alright, that's definitely a Christmas ornament. Toboggan. That can actually go with just regular winter. The truck with the tree. Definitely Christmas. Merry Xmas, yeah. That's a candle. I know what that is. Snowflake. Joy. As in joy to the world, you know, Christmas. Make-A-Wish. Now, this Make-A-Wish, that could technically go in, like, birthday or anything else. So, we're not going to put it with Christmas stuff. That's definitely Christmas. I'd say those are. That's not necessarily a Christmas tree. So I think we're going to put it more in the general category. Santa's sack definitely goes with Christmas. I'd say that's definitely a reindeer, Christmas. Snowman. Again, snowman and snowflakes, you know, they're winter, not necessarily Christmas. Antlers. That's a gift with a little heart on it. Okay, definitely a Christmas wreath. This is more like celebratory stuff, so I can go over here with the fireworks. Aha! Cute little car with a tree on top. Oh, let's get that over. Another snowman. Mustache, okay. Sleigh. Alright, guys, what would y'all say these are for? They could be Christmas, or they could be like Christmas stockings, or they could just be like cute little baby booties. Set it right there. Another deer. Another little elf. Another cross. More celebratory Christmas ornament. Alright. Let me see something. Alright, let's set these to the side. Find a clean side of this paper towel. We're going to blot this and wipe it down some. Alright. There it is. We're going to add... There it is. We're going to add just a little bit of this nutmeg to this and mix it up. Find one that's just a little bit stiff. Oh no, that one's way too soft. starting to think my best stiff ones have already give out. All right, let's check some of these over here. That one will work. Yeah, that should do it. Oh, yeah. I think this may end up giving it the look I want, actually. I want it to look like old weathered wood, basically. We love you too, darling. Yeah, once that dries, that may give it the look I was going for. So let's set it to the side. It needs to set and completely dry now, which means I will probably have to let it dry overnight, to be honest. So let's go ahead and put that in there. That's the only problem with a lot of this stuff is it really doesn't take all that long to do. It's just all the drying times in between everything. Does that make sense? And you know what, guys? Since a lot of this stuff does need time to dry thoroughly, I think we're going to call this one here. I'm going to take maybe a 20-30 minute break, if that much. And then we will fire up a game stream. Oh! There's Gray! Oh, and it says there's an ad break going. I just saw that. Hi, Gray baby. We've been playing with paints and stain and linseed oil and all that good stuff. We've been doing the stuff and things. What I need to do is like one Sunday, just go through and get a whole bunch of stuff done and lined up so that we've got enough stuff to do to keep us busy even while we're waiting on stuff to dry, to do a 3-4 hour chat and craft and just sit around, shoot the crap, and have fun. I think that's what I need to do one night. I really do. And guys, I'm still conflicted over the gaming stream tonight. A big part of me says just play 7 days because I'm really wanting to work on that Christmas town. But I also know that I need to get the PP Craft World ready. So I am conflicted. I am very conflicted. Yeah, she's still sore, Gray, and kind of nauseous. I'm wondering if she's got like a concussion. It kind of worries me, to be honest. It really does. It kind of worries me. But all right, loves, like I said, we're going to go ahead and call this one here. And like I said, one Sunday, what I'm going to do is just spend a whole Sunday getting a bunch of stuff made up and ready to go. And have like a ton of stuff ready to make and to paint and all the good things. And then we'll just have like a 3 or 4 hour chat and craft. That way, you know, while some of it's sent to the side drying, we've got multiple things to pull up and go ahead and get started on. Sound like a good idea to y'all? And like I said, as far as the gaming stream, I'm still conflicted. Part of me says just do 7 days. And like I said, part of me knows I need to get that PP Craft World done. So I guess we'll see. But anyway, I'm going to call this one here for now, darlings. And like I said, I'm going to take me like a 20-30 minute break, if that long, and be back with a gaming stream. So I will see you in a bit, my loves. Bye, darlings. Well, for some reason my mouse isn't picking up. Oh, there we go. All right, I'll see y'all in a bit.
I know that I can't go on without you. It's hard, cause it took 5 years until I found you. Oh, I'm not gonna let you go. Oh, I'm gonna hold you close. It's hard, cause it took 5 years until I found you. We're just getting started, baby. I can't control myself lately. Oh, but you know